I'm gonna go with the flow. Go for it. Ring, ring, ring.
Hello?
Hi, Nikki.
Hi, who's this?
Hey, this is Eli. How you doing today?
Doing all right. How are you?
Doing great. My name is Eli. I'm from Kakoa Macaulay's page on Instagram. You inquired about some information. Does that ring a bell?
Uh, kind of. Can you tell me a little bit more?
It's just about the 9 to 5, remote triaging, kind of quit your job, make 5 to 10K a month. It's the
Yeah, I was
usual.
interested in it. I'm not
Mhm.
sure though, because I don't know, isn't that too good to be true?
Well, I mean, I'm gonna keep this call quick, short, and simple. I just want to find out a little more about you, and I'm gonna find out what really interests you into the modern SDR. And if everything looks good, I'm gonna actually pass you on to my coach, my mentor. He's Alex. He's a cool guy. He's gonna get you a little more information about everything. But you already filled out a questionnaire, asking about the material. So did you by any chance happen to check out the resources that we sent you before?
No, honestly, I'm just really busy. I didn't have time. Tell me more.
Okay, well, no worries. Well, I mean, you did fill out the form, so did you happen to remember what I'm talking about as far as the 9 to 5, quit your
Yeah,
job and make 5 to 10K?
yeah. I remember that a little bit.
Okay. Well, what interested you about that?
Definitely interested in something better for myself and just learning. And I do really believe in expansion and growth mindset and that type of thing. So that's kind of what attracted me. But I honestly don't have a lot of information other than what I filled out.
What do you mean better for yourself?
Yeah, I really want to be able to get into a spot where I'm actually able to advance and have a little bit more freedom with what I do work-wise.
What do you do for work, if you don't mind me asking?
I am a product designer. I've experienced a layoff now
Oh, I'm
recently, and
sorry.
then I got into being like a store manager for some time, and now I'm just in a transition period.
Right on. Do you not feel like there's room for expansion currently what you're doing?
The type of work with leadership there is, but not worth where I'm at, like the actual location.
Okay, right, because you just got laid off, and so you snagged what you could, right? Because the bills don't stop coming no matter what.
Yeah, essentially.
Okay, right on. So you feel like doing some remote work is something more along your line of something you would want to do?
Yeah, I think so. I think it would allow me to have a lot more flexibility and I'd be able to just build on my schedule and kind of make it work for the day. That's kind of where I'm at.
Okay. Do you not have a good schedule right now as far as where you in the landed right now, as far as work?
It's pretty rigid, I'd say.
What do you mean?
There isn't flexibility. It's not something that I can structure my day. It's very much given to me in terms of what the schedule is, which can be really difficult to build around, if you have appointments or, taking my dog on a walk, just simple things like that.
Right. Does you have to go into work or is it remote as well?
I have to actually physically be in the location.
Okay. Right on.
Yeah.
What are the hours like?
They can be all over the place. It's a lot of basically shifts, and it just depends on what ends up being um, what ends up happening during the day. If someone can come in versus not, if I have to cover that type of thing, and it's just something I don't want to. That kind of scheduling is just not up my alley, to be honest.
Right on. So doing remote work, would you say is definitely more along the lines of what you really want to do?
I would say so if the work is something that I can get aligned with. I'm not just going to be interested in something that is like a get quick rich scheme. Like I want to understand what I'm doing and I want to have the ability to learn and get behind what I'm doing, not just jump on and get thrown into the deep end, if you know what I mean.
When you say get rich quick schemes, have you been involved in something like that before?
No, I haven't. I'm trying to avoid it.
Okay. You've heard about something like that though, I guess?
Yeah, there's a lot of those going on online, and it's easy to not really know what's going on when you look at those ads and whatnot. I thought it was interesting now that we're talking it through, what I saw on Kikoa's page, I thought there was a little bit more to it rather than the regular kind of you can work 9 to 5 and make a lot of money really quickly type ads and that type of thing.
Mhm. Have you ever inquired information on any other site?
Honestly, not really, no.
Okay. I gotcha. Yeah, well, I mean, it's really easy to feel that way. I mean, like you're saying, there's like tons of ads and just all kinds of people trying to throw their work at you, I guess essentially.
Hmm. Yeah.
Um, okay, well that's cool. How much do you make right now, your current job?
Not enough.
No? Well, typically, like we said, 5 to 10K is around the general aim for what we're introducing to people. Does that sound like that'd be good money?
Oh, definitely, yeah. How does that actually work though? Can you explain a little bit more?
Um, well, I mean, say you did get the 5 or 10K a month, what would that do for you before we move on?
Yeah, it would really allow me to have a lot of flexibility towards what I do, how I spend my time, travel, being able to be with family, friends, enjoying things, but also save as well.
Yeah. Do you not get to see your family much right now?
I do, but when I work, no.
Obviously, right. And you say you're working
Yeah.
all the time.
Yeah, yeah,
You say 5 or 6 days
yeah.
a week, probably.
About that, yeah. There's not a lot of balance, that's for sure.
Gotcha.
Hmm.
Um, so it's safe to assume then right now that definitely the job that you're in right now is not what you really want to do. You say you make a little bit, probably not so much. Would you say you have some money saved up in case you needed to make an investment
Yes, I have a
in
bit.
yourself? Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay. Cool. What was your previous job like, if you don't mind me asking?
Yeah, I was a product designer. I was definitely had a lot of that same remote work structure where I was able to schedule my days, a lot more autonomy. And
Right
of
on.
course, it was uh, obviously dependent on other people's schedules too, but there's a lot more flexibility than what I'm experiencing.
Okay. So you've already seen the greener side of life when it comes to just
I
having
have.
your own schedule, more or less.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. It's just, yeah, layoffs suck, and I'm still, figuring out if I want to go towards that full time. But yeah, I am interested in learning more about this.
Do you feel like if you were to jump back into something like that, that you would get laid off again? Is that like an occurring thing that's happening in the industry? Because I don't know much about it.
Yes, definitely in the tech industry, there's a lot of layoffs, and I've experienced a few. So,
Would you say it's because of like AI? That's just a curious question I have.
it might be related to AI, maybe. I think it's also just a matter of a lot of tech companies have been optimistic and then overhire and then
I bet
result
they
in
overshot.
layoffs.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's what I've experienced. Yeah, there's just a lot of people I see every other post from my network is like another layoff. I'm just jumping into something or people have said like they got laid off, they're taking some time, not jumping into something right away. Um, and just kind of reevaluating where things are at, and it's like constant. So it's not just me.
Okay, yeah, so it's pretty frequent right now in your specific kind of role within a
Yeah,
company.
within the
Okay.
tech industry for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean, it sounds like it doesn't sound like a very sure thing that you want to kind of jump into. Again,
Yeah, it's definitely having full-time income that you can rely on with also the benefits is something
mhm,
that is part of why I'm not super certain, but I'm still exploring.
okay. You mentioned your family. Are you married or do you like live with your parents or what does the home look like?
Right now I live with my parents. I have a boyfriend and
Mhm.
just in a transition period with that.
Right on.
Hmm.
And they're supportive of you, but looking for something else. Maybe that's not what you've been currently doing, because I know, sometimes your parents would be like, "Oh, well, you've studied this or you were going after that," and all of a sudden you want to do a dive right. Like, would they be supportive if you were to try something completely new?
I think maybe. Yeah, it just depends on how I present it to them for sure.
Maybe.
Yeah. Yeah, it just
You think?
depends. I think, yeah, just if it's something that is, um, like again, going back to the get rich quick scheme, as long as it's not that and it's actually like I have enough information to talk through with them if needed,
Mhm.
definitely I think would be fine.
Oh, okay. I mean, I totally get that. I live with my dad. I have multiple streams of income, so I definitely understand. Them wanting to have your best interest at heart, and they don't want you to get scammed. That's
Yeah.
100% like I feel you on that one.
For sure.
Well, Nikki, I definitely think that I can help you, and I'd love to share a bit more about what we got going on if you're open to hearing.
Yeah, I
Okay.
am.
And if things make sense, we can of course make a bit of a longer call with my coach and mentor, Alex, who again, love that dude, and he can help you out a little more one-on-one. All right.
Sounds good.
Now, gotcha. To keep it short and simple, right now we have a few select business owners inside of our ecosystem. They're really looking for talented people inside their company. So on average, they're selling between $10,000 to $50,000 packages. Now, the guys on your team are making between 1 to 5K a piece on each sell. So typically, your commission is going to start off between 5 or 10% commission. Now, this is sales and it's online sales, right? Hence the triaging and the remote work. Now, everyone we
Hmm
work with is on the online space, so it gives our students the opportunity to work from anywhere, not just your home, right? And you said you love vacationing. That's something
hmm
that you want to go do. Say you take a vacation, say you have an LLC, and you can just use that as a write-off to vacate and work at the same time. Isn't that amazing?
I don't fully understand how that works, but the other things that you're saying sounds good.
But in a nutshell, does that sound like something that you would be interested in?
It does, yeah, it does. But I'm not really sure about like diving in and not necessarily having the support. What does that look like? Do I have to do that all on my own? What does it look like?
I mean, that's a little bit that you would get more on the next call, but I mean, I'm down to up and give you some information. There's a community that's, also involved, and you wouldn't just be alone. There's going to be coaches. Like I said, my coach Alex is going to talk to you tomorrow. He actually mentors me as well, and he mentors a lot of other people that have chosen to go on this opportunity. So feel reassured that it's not a quick, rich scheme. That's a fact.
Okay. Okay.
Um,
What does that
Now,
community look like, or how does the coaching work exactly?
everything's online. So this entire process is an online process,
Hmm
and it is life changing, in my opinion.
Can you tell me more about that? How is it life-changing for you?
I would like to tell you a little more about that, but I would be stepping on my own toes because I am here to just see if you are invested in making the change that you said that you were going to want to make. Now, I don't want to keep this going on any longer. I could set you up on that longer call so you can get all the information tomorrow if you're
Hmm
available and if you want to do that. You already said, yourself that you don't really want to go to your old job, and the current job is just not really what you're looking for at all because it's just taking all your time. So would you be interested in setting up another call tomorrow and you'll get the rest of the information? And I'll promise all the information that you could ask, and you can ask him a million questions. Like Alex has got you 100%. Like he's not gonna
Yeah,
leave you hanging. Okay,
sounds good. Definitely.
cool. Well, give me a second. I'm gonna send you another calendar invite because remember you filled one out to do this info session that we're doing.
I'm remembering
And
now.
let me send it real quick. Did you get it?
Yep, I got
And
it.
if you could just choose that, I put the same time. Is that okay? If not, we can do it again for like 5 p.m.
Yes, the same time's fine.
Okay, right on. I'm also going to send you some resources, like 3 or 4 videos that you can check out, and that's actually going to answer a lot of the questions that you probably are wondering right now. Just check those out for me, please. And if you have anything that comes up, any questions of mine, write them all down. You're you sound like you're very into figuring things out before you make a decision. So whatever you come up with, Alex would be happy to answer them for you tomorrow. Okay.
Awesome.
Check that out. And is there any reason for any chance, Nikki, that you cannot make the call tomorrow? Because Alex is like a really important guy to me and he's important to our group. I don't want to waste his time, and I want to honor what he brings to the table.
No, I should be fine as long as nothing life related comes into play, but all good.
Right on, right on. Well, hopefully you don't, eat the wrong kind of fish. Okay, so between now and tomorrow, man, you'll make it.
Yes,
Well,
definitely.
thank you. I appreciate it, Nikki, and I'll talk to you later. Okay.
All right, take care.
Ciao. Best wishes.
Thanks.